My dear people of Ambazonia, let's get now into the beef of our discussion. A few days ago, Mr. or let me say Chief Dr. Joseph John Gute, who passes for Prime Minister in La République du Cameroon. They say he is Prime Minister and head of government in La République du Cameroon. And of course, we have seen all across the board that he is not. He's just there for name. Called a meeting. And I said, those are the only things I allow him to do. Another meeting to blindfold the people of the southern Cameroons by making lousy claim that there were some special projects put in place to, make life easier, better for the people of the southern Cameroons as a result of some moribund discussion they held called Grand National Dialogue. And that we have all called today the Grand National Monologue. My dear people of Ambazonia, sometimes we say these things and we laugh, but they are not things that we should laugh over. Because you expect that people should consider, they should give us some little, how should I call it? They should give us some little consideration that we too have brains, that we are capable of seeing things, hearing them, and processing them. Hell no. A lot of the times, they think that we are just fools. We know nothing and we can understand nothing. It is on those counts that John Good will sit and call people from another and say, come and let's evaluate the state of execution of projects that were put in place as a result of Grand National Dialogue. It came short of saying as part of the special status. And as one of them, look at this. This document you find here is a contract, is an award. You hear me? Is an award. It shows that the government of La République du Cameroun, somewhere in 2002, awarded a contract. They awarded that contract to a member of parliament. He used to be a member of parliament. Although it was widely known that his election was rigged for him to go to parliament. That is why one Henry, who is from Lower Menjo, will never ever forgive him. Says that the election was rigged to favor him. And so therefore, this Walan of a man today says he has executed a contract of road leading to Baoro from Benakuma, and that contract is about 93% completion. Yes, over 93% completion. That contract was awarded by the Ministry of Public Works. That contract was about the construction of some parts of the road. And listen, it was not construction, it was maintenance. Maintenance. Because it is written here, very clear here, that decision number whatever to award the contract relating to the consultation, and see, it was by mutual. The consultation by mutual agreement following authorization number 002157 President of the Republic, Menepad, Secretary General, whatever, of 11th of May 2022 for the execution of periodic maintenance works. Listen well, periodic maintenance works on National Earth Road number 11. Bauru, and it says it's even Limbe, Bauru, Limbe, Northwest, Akwaya, through Akwaya to Nigerian border in the Western Network, Northwest and Southwest regions. Financing that's the budget of the Ministry of Finance for the year 2022. And this contract, when you look at the cost of it, and I like us to underline key words in this whole thing. You look at the cost of it, it says it is about 900, because the total comes up to well over 997,555,458. This is CFA. This is approximately 1 billion CFA. Just call it 1 billion CFA, because when you hear 997,500,000, that tells you this is 1 billion CFA francs that has been put aside to do what he calls it periodic maintenance. How does periodic maintenance of a road find its way into something you call special status? How? Can someone explain this to me? Because before I get into the beef of the scandal, first of all, tell me how the periodic maintenance of a road, this road normally should be maintained. So if there was no grand national dialogue, if there was no such nonsense talk as special status, they will not carry out road maintenance in the southern Cameroons, which they claim is part and parcel of their territory. Because it's periodic maintenance of Earth Road. But now they tell you that's a landmark project being part of projects that were put in place as a result of the so-called Grand National Dialogue. What a disgrace this is. I mean, a massive disgrace. And this road has to join with a road that's coming in from Nigeria. You go on the Nigerian side, it's a super highway, like you have never seen before. With several coats of tar. This is the insult that I keep talking about. This is the embarrassment that I keep talking about. Some people think this is a joke. No. Imagine Fonganu Jumesi to go out there that is going to sit through a meeting chaired by Joseph Jongute, a son or chief of Bogongo, Indian County, a Kondotiti local government area. Say that you are sitting to preside over a meeting to evaluate landmark projects that came in as a result of the so-called Grand National Dialogue, meant to appease the people of the southern Cameroons to believe and understand that La République du Cameroun loves us. And what are you getting there? Over 1 billion francs for periodic maintenance of road. See, period in is something that is normally ongoing, that has to go on all the time. It's Earth roads. My people of Ambazonia, for those who do not know, PWD, what we call Public Works Department, PWD in the days maintained the roads in the southern Cameroons every year at specific moment of the year to ensure that even our earth roads were passing all season. All season. The people were trained to understand that these things were programmed. Road maintenance will not become like a grant. Road maintenance will not become like something which is a gift. A gift. Road maintenance will become like something that's a landmark project that was given because the people were expressing frustration and all whatnot. Road maintenance will become like road maintenance was a normalcy in the southern Cameroons. And this was ensured by PWD. When we unfortunately got unevenly yoked with La République du Cameroun, President Amadu Ahijo's administration made sure they shipped all the caterpillars from PWD to Yaoundé because they could not sit and watch the autonomous manner and the well-programmed approach in which activities were carried out in our land. We need to centralize everything in Yaoundé and make sure we will depend on them for everything. Even to maintain our own roads, we need to depend on them. This is the same syndrome. And today it has been taken to serious points of ridicule. And even this so-called maintenance of this earth road, then Nganu Jumesi sat and said, was already executed to 93%. This is something I talk of 2022. Periodic means that something that has to be done yearly, annually. But this is a project handed out on the 8th of August, 2002. It's in 2025. That I tell you that this project handed out in 2022 is nearing its completion at 93%. It is a shame and it is an embarrassment. You see here they say the period of execution, because there's always put a period of execution. Phase 1, 6 months. Phase 2, 6 months. Phase 3, 6 months. Total, 18 months. 18 months. 18 months. We're about 1 year, 6 months. From 2002. August 2002. August 2003. 1 year. Then, the rest of 2003. By January of 2024, you have your 18 months. We're talking in March of 2025. But this roads should be maintained every year. But now, it's part of the Grand National Dialogue. And the way they were talking about it during that presentation, the way Nganu Jumesi, this Nganu Jumesi you see like this, the way this Nganu Jumesi was talking about it could give the impression to everyone, because he gave that impression to the former moderator of the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon, that the road was being transformed into some superhighway, tight and beautiful. That's the picture that was being presented, and which led the Right Reverend Fonki Samuel Foba to cry foul on the spot, embarrassing Nganu Jumesi right before Joseph John Gute. Let's listen to what the Right Reverend Samuel Fonki Foba said.
Dear brothers and sisters of this great forum, a forum of peace builders, a forum of talented gentlemen and ladies, I want to use this opportunity to thank all of you for the collaboration you gave me as your son and your brother during our peace talks. And last Sunday, I handed over officially the pictorial cross to the new moderator. I want to thank each one of you for the prayers and the support you gave me. Immediately after that ceremony on Sunday, yesterday, Monday, I took off for Yaoundé because the Prime Minister invited me to be part of the follow-up committee of the Grand National Dialogue. To my greatest shock and surprise, Minister Jumesi, the Minister of Public Works, got up and said the Bauru Akwaya Nigeria border road has been done up to 93% by Honorable Walang. Immediately he finished, I got up and objected that there is nothing like that. There is no road done in that area. And so the man left in shame. I went and stayed outside.
Now, let me interrupt the Right Reverend Samuel Fonki Foba. I know a lot of people have insulted him thoroughly on social media forums, saying, where is he coming from today? Why is he crying today? Why didn't he say these things? Why he was still moderator? And he's part of the problem and all of those things. Me, I like to look at things from the positive end. I always like to see the how do you call it? I like to see the glimmer of light in all the darkness that can surround me. You see, at least he is talking. Even if he was not talking before, now he is talking. He had the opportunity to say something and he didn't miss the opportunity. So let's look at that silver of light, this glowing darkness that we could call the life of the former moderator. But there is something here. The moderator said the person who has supposedly executed that contract and supposedly handed the people of Benakuma, Baoro, Akwaya, leading right towards Nigeria, this wonderful road, this wonderful road network is Walang Richard Ebwa. Walang Richard Ebwa is a son of Menchum. Walang Richard Ebwa is an indigene of Menchum. Incidentally, Walang Richard Ebwa is claiming, because now he's an impostor, that he is member of parliament of this particular area. That is Womb Central and Menchum Valley. Womb Central and Menchum Valley. That he is a parliamentarian for these people. That is the person, as he claims, who is supposed to advocate for the people of this area. I had passed through Befa, Benakuma, to Baoro, and then crossed in water to get into Nigeria. When I was a high school student in JHS Mbengui, we often did that. We often went out there to go on those picnics, to go visit Nigeria. It was fun. But I bet you that road from time immemorial was horrible. Horrible. I mean horrible. To the point where people going to Nigeria for little short holidays or few days to use money that we save from wearing bushes left and right to buy land material or buy other things from there, would prefer to rather go all the way to Womb. Take a car to Way. Either you begin trekking from Way or you have the luxury to take a car again to Esu. And you begin trekking from Esu through the place they call Ali Baba. You get into the forest and keep going until you get to a place called Alang. Alang is in the deep of the forest. That's where you will get into a boat and go come out in Kashimbiala so that you can travel to Nigeria through Takum. That's in Taraba State. And I bet you it was at that time, it was 1993 when I did that. We were moving through that forest after you leave after you leave Isu. You have to check when you are going for 9 to 10 hours. 9 to 10 hours to get to Alam. But trust me, deep inside that forest, you will meet the boundary pillar where it is clearly written the boundary between the southern Cameroons and the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the deep of the forest. And when you come out of this forest, the first Nigerian town, the first Nigerian road that you meet is Super Tart roads. So going through Baoro, you could avoid the trekking. But because of the nature of the road, people preferred going through Alam and then paying people. There was a gentleman that used to call him Rambo. Rambo because they will carry, when you buy your things that come, you pay them a lot of money to carry the things for you up the hills. On the return trip, you must sleep on the way because it was about 15 to 16 hours of trekking. And so this is that Baoro road. that someone in 2025 is saying they have constructed to up to 98%, or rather 93%. So it's just about 7% for it to be completed. They say constructed. So what does I say? Gosh. So it means that from Bifang, Benakuma, right down to Baoro, then to Akwaya, now the road is super tight. No. Before I come back to Honorable Walang, I just want to take a quick look at the road as it is today, this minute I'm talking about. Take a look. This is that road there. This is part of that road that you are seeing. This is part of that road. These pictures are not old. Those are pictures of a few days ago. This is the road. A landmark project being given to the people of the Southern Cameroons as appeasement, as part of the so-called Grand National Dialogue. If you don't know the meaning of embarrassment, this is the road. My goodness, that is the road. No, I will come back to the road. Let's finish with the Right Reverend Fonki.
I don't know what he called Walang, but he called the delegate of Public Works, and then he said words to his representative who was in the hall to tell us that the delegate has confirmed that that road has been done 93%. Dear brothers and sisters of this great forum, if we don't fight this with our blood, we will never have a road in our area. It will take another 20, 30 years. So what I'm proposing is that...
Did you hear it? Dear brothers, dear sisters of this great forum, if we don't fight this with our blood, exactly what we have been doing since 2017. Oh, did I say 2017? Since 2016. Don't ever forget that Akum Julius was killed on the 8th of December 2016 when we were still leading peaceful protests. My people of Amazonia. You hear? This is the Right Reverend Fonki talking. If we don't fight this with our blood, I said this several times. For those who sit somewhere and make noise and say, oh, this thing is over, by day and by night, ever more of the 2% of Southern Cameroonians who have been living in doubt, who have been living in limbo, who have been dreaming that something good can come out of La République du Cameroon, are understanding that we have to fight with our blood. It is only by fighting with our blood that we will be able to secure a free homeland, that we will be able to have the possibility to define our own development priorities, that we will be able to develop our land, that we will be able to create a place we will call homeland, that we will be able to assure a future for our children and our children's children and generations of Southern Cameroonians to come. It is done for the Right Reverend Fonki. He's up from slumber. He can now see clearly that things are horrible. And he's not alone. Here is Archbishop Andrew here.
The road to womb is bad. My one simple question is, does the government not know? And if the government knows, who do they give the contract to maintain the womb road every year? We must hold that person to account for the fact that the womb road is not well done. We must get the road of womb to be passing. I must say this to you. Commercial vehicles don't go down to womb anymore. Only motorbikes. And to go to womb on a motorbike, you pay 20,000 one way. And to come back, you pay another 20,000. 40,000 to go to womb and come back. And if you don't want to pay 20,000, look for somebody with whom you can double on the motorcycle. Where do you see this on earth? What have the Menchu people done to suffer like this? And I think that on that, the road to womb is...
Where do you see this on earth? Why should the Menchum people suffer like this? Why should the people of the southern Cameroon suffer like this? Because it's not only Menchum. We're talking about Menchum today. Chief Dr. Joseph John Bute. Can you go to Bogongo? Because by the time you leave Kumba, you start getting towards the road going to Bole. You're already in very serious tantrums. By the time you start nearing the road that will go to towards Mbonge, you are in serious pains. By the time you pass Big Nganjo, Small Nganjo, you can weep. I mean weep to deadly point. And then by the time you take the branch now to get to a community that you are going to pass through Bogongo, the village of Joseph John Gute, gosh, you would do like this. What have the people of the southern Cameroons done? Not only the people of Menchum, not only the people of Ekondo Titi, not only the people of Ndian. What have the people of Kupemwanenguba done? Because 33 kilometers, 33 from Bangem to Melon. Professor Elvis Ngole, I hope you are watching me. Of course, I know you do watch sometimes. Professor Elvis Ngole. Recall, we took 9 hours with you from Bangem to get to Melon. 33 kilometers. Why? And we're not going like that to Melon. We were actually trying to pass through there to go to Tombel. Still in Kopemwanenguba. Because we could not do the 57 kilometers that lead Bangem to Tombel. That would have been 3 days. 3 days. And make no mistake, we were with brand new Prados. 4-wheel drive, all those cars. 9 hours on 33 kilometers. Can somebody leave from Bangem and drive very peacefully and get to Ibamut, the village of the late commissaire divisionnaire, who was chief of that Ibamut? Can you? Can you leave Bangem very easily and drive to Nguti, passing through Ndibisi 1, Ndibisi 2, and then, through all those roads? You can't. Is it because there is a village in Meme that I enjoy so much? That village is called Koto Barumbi. I call it the island village. Beautiful village. That village is in the island, Koto Barumbi. Oh my goodness. If you go there and you cross into the island village and sleep inside there, you know want to, you say, that would be a major tourist attraction. But to leave from Kumba to get to Koto Barumbi, die. It's terrible. What have the people of Meme done? What have the people of the southern Cameroons done? You would think that it is only those parts. Go to Fako too. Leave from Moyoka and say you want to go to Ide now, without necessarily having to drive all the way to Boya, then go down to Mutengene, then start going through that way to find your way through Limbe before you go to Ide now. Of course, there's a road that you can leave Moyoka and just go around the mountain and get to Ide now. That you pass through Bafia, Abia, and all of those places. Is a road passable? No way. No way. Who did this to us? Who did this to us? We are bringing it upon ourselves. Because rather than rising up, all of us, quickly, like one man, with full determination, to stand for that which we believe in, to stand for this truth, this sacrosanct truth, that we were never part of La République du Cameroon, and we are not part of that failure. We say no. People like this ones, like Walan Richard Ebua, will kill all of you before he seeks to hear you say, we don't belong with La République du Cameroon. Why? Because of these like these ones. Because on the blood of the people, on the sufferings of the people, he is making his money. See the same thing with Wangala Gerard, who is out there in Dongamanto. That the same set of people move around, call themselves honorable. That is him, presiding over the suffering, promoting the suffering of his own people, and selling a huge lie, selling a mirage. Right, Reverend Fonki? Let's be done with you.
Since we have our boys in ACB, from Benahundu right up to Benade, right to Bauru, they should do a video of that road. They should take a whole day and do a video.
I hope you heard what he said. Since we have our boys, everybody knows that these boys are there giving their lives so that we may be free. We will deny them. We will curse them. We will call them names. But when the truth begins to hound us, we recognize that they are there. Continue.
Video of that road on foot, gently making commentaries in pidgin. If they cannot speak English, they make commentary in pidgin till they reach the end of the road in Bauru. Then they cross over. If we have some Berlin boys that we can contact, they cross over and take the same measures and take the road from the bridge right up to Berlin Market. Then when we have these videos, we'll write an official letter. I'll send it directly. I'll go right to the Prime Minister's office and hand this letter to him, including the videos, so that Walang and whoever has chopped that money will be called to book, and that road must be done. That road must be done. So that's what I'm pleading with all of us, that we should stand together on this and send those boys to video that road for us.
We shall not stand together only on this. We must all stand together on the freedom, total freedom of Amazonia. It is only when we send these people out of our land, when we send these invaders out of our land, that we will be able to properly develop our land. While the Right Reverend Fonki was crying and talking, unknown to him, he did not know that according to the contract, the terms of the contract given to Walang Richard Eboa, nothing is going to happen to him. No heads are going to roll, because Walang Richard Eboa was simply given a contract to carry out periodic maintenance of the footpath that exists there called road. Walang Richard Eboa was not contracted to construct a road. It is written in that contract you see there on my screen in black and white. So written there. For the execution of periodic maintenance works. Execution of periodic maintenance works on National Earth Road number 11. Maintenance. Ganu Jumesi comes and sits in a forum to try and give the impression right before the so-called Prime Minister, head of government, son of the Southern Cameroons, that as part of the Grand National Dialogue, 1 billion was set aside and a wonderful road, some beautiful road now exists between Baoro, Akwaya, leading to Nigeria. Oh yes, very pompously and executed by a son of the soil, Walang Richard Eboa. The Prime Minister, Joseph Diongute, will sit there and say, yes, I told you that La République du Cameroon is doing its best, everything to see to it that we have good life. This is what I have been telling you. They are doing everything for us, my people. This is the everything that they are doing for us. That's it all. Fun your liberation movement. Fund this struggle. Fund your freedom. Like I said, if you have somewhere else where you are providing funding for the purpose of ensuring that we have freedom, continue to give the money there. If you want to fund our foot soldiers who are doing an incredible job helping to expose things like this, go to PayPal and Zelle as you see on your screen. amberrelief2018@gmail.com. My people, I will still stick this information. I will make it, I will pin it at the top of the comment section on this video. So don't worry if you don't look at it very well. I want to go back down there and let us see those roads very well. So given, actually Walang, this is your gift from the Grand National Monologue. Look at it. That is what you get from 2022 to 2025. That is your gift from the Grand National Monologue. Really. Agbobala, I hope you two are watching. When you people sit down and talk about that nonsense, that special status, this is it that you can see. Look at it. If this is not an insult, I don't know what other name you want to call it. Look at it. I say, if this is not an insult, I really want to know by what name you will call it. So, that is your all-season road. That's your beautiful road. It cannot last 1 week. That's the footpath. That's the footpath that they are referring to as being a product of the so-called Grand National Dialogue. That's the footpath that you see. And look at what it is. Verily, verily, I say unto you, my people of Amazonia, we have to fight, and fight like hell. If we don't fight like one people who know that we are on our own, that the destiny of our land is in our hands, we will never get to where we want to go to. Take this one. That was your road. And that is why I can feel the pain of the Right Reverend Fonki Samuel Foba. Let's finish with him.
So that we can have a case. We should do it as soon as possible. If you hear this message and you have somebody that can do it for us, and even if that person needs some money for the trekking from maybe Befang right down to Bauru, I will pay. I will pay. And if that arrangement is made, tell me how much the boys are asking. I'll send you the money to give them. We must have this case.
You see, I said this thing, and I'm repeating it every day. Join the morning train. Join the liberation train. The only way we ever get to make our country worthy of what it should be will be by kicking La République du Cameroun out of our land. Don't expect La République du Cameroun that cannot fix their own roads to come and fix our roads. You have seen the roads in Kuseri. You have seen the roads in Port South region. You have seen nothing to show for it. And you expect that those are the kind of people who will take you to economic emergence. Those are the kind of people who will transform your lives. Those are the kind of people that you should remain unevenly yoked with. And so people are then talk about regime change as a panacea. My dear people of Amazonia, wake up from sleep. The Right Reverend Samuel Fonki Foba is up from sleep. You too can get up.
On the table of the Prime Minister as soon as possible. God bless you, my dear brothers and sisters. There is no way that we can stop fighting for our people. There is no way that we can stop peace in our area.
So, did you hear that? Keywords. And that's our takeaway from him. There is no way that we can stop fighting for our people, said the Right Reverend Fonki Samuel Foba. There is no way that we can stop fighting for our people. You who are sleeping, you who are telling yourself, oh, sometimes you can say, oh, you and I are Ambazonia, you and I are Southern Cameroons. Listen, hear it. Go back to some of his declarations before and come to his declaration now. The scales always end up falling from people's eyes. And we must recognize that. There is no way we can stop fighting for our people. There is no way we can stop fighting for a free homeland. There is no way we can stop fighting to liberate the Southern Cameroons, aka Ambazonia. If you are thinking there is another way, you're not hearing it only from me. You are hearing it too now from who? From the Right Reverend Fonki Samuel Foba, Moderator Emeritus of the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon. I'd like us to end with this one. I've had the habit of bringing them sometimes, but I want to bring it now more often. Because the French are playing some manipulations around. Of course, I hear that they are going to be in Arusha, Tanzania. If not publicly, at least they are going to be there, just like HD always appears in places. They are going to be there in the background to try and deceive you and I that something good can come out of us staying in any form of union of La République du Cameroon. And this is Tibor Nagy, our good friend, saying, imagine how supportive France would be of Southern Cameroonian and Ambazonian rights if region spoke French and the Yaoundé regime was Anglophone instead of vice versa. France would be all in on Ambazonians choosing their fate, as De Gaulle was saying, "Vive le Québec libre." De Gaulle saying, "Vive le Québec libre." That long live a free Quebec. It meant long live an independent Quebec. France would have been on every rooftop saying, long live an independent Ambazonia. Long live an independent Southern Cameroons. My dear people of Ambazonia, let us never be fooled. These are voices of our friends, opening our eyes to a reality we ourselves already know. But for emphasis, I'll keep bringing this here. And I'm telling you verily, verily, we have to fight. And fight like hell to make sure we safeguard and protect homeland. Fight like hell. Even the United Nations has never relented, reminding not only La République du Cameroon, but us, that we are two and divisible. Two and divisible. Two and divisible. Underline that. Two and divisible. This picture was not taken by me. This picture was taken at the presidency of the Republic of La République du Cameroon at their Unity Palace. That's their president, Paul Biya, standing there with envoys of the Secretary General of the United Nations in 2010. The United Nations presenting to Mr. Paul Biya as a gift for the 50th anniversary of the independence of La République du Cameroon, the two maps, the map of La République du Cameroon and the map of the Southern Cameroons. Not me. And therefore, those of you, those in our midst who want to sit down and talk about federation or whatever, or any kind of thing, confederation, devolution, demand, whatever, all of those things, you are shooting yourselves in the leg. My take home, anytime you settle for less than you deserve, you will end up with less than you settled for. You want to repeat it after me? Anytime you settle for less than you deserve, you will end up with less than you settled for. One last time. Oh, okay, thank you. You say one last time. Okay. Anytime you settle for less than you deserve, you will end up with far less than you settled for. Thank you.